Welcome to the Gibson Podcast, where we explore the critical issues shaping our world. Today, we're setting our sights on a narrow yet immensely powerful waterway, the Strait of Hormuz. It's a vital choke point, a sliver of sea that connects the Persian Gulf to the open ocean, and through which a significant portion of the world's oil supply flows. Its strategic importance cannot be overstated, making it a perennial flashpoint in global geopolitics. And that's precisely why we're talking about it today, Sarah. For decades, the Strait has been a symbol of tension, a place where regional rivalries and international interests collide. But what if we could imagine a different future? A future where the Strait of Hormuz isn't a source of conflict, but a conduit for peace and economic prosperity. That's the premise we're exploring, opening the Strait to end war and foster economic growth. We'll be delving into the potential economic benefits of such a scenario.
It's a fascinating thought experiment, Mark. The historical context is rich with instances of this waterway being a point of contention, from ancient trade disputes to modern naval standoffs. The idea of opening it in a way that benefits everyone is certainly compelling. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on what that might actually look like and the economic implications.
Absolutely. So, let's start by defining what opening the strait could actually mean in practical terms. It could range from a de-escalation of current tensions to formal international agreements ensuring safe passage, or even technological solutions that bypass the immediate choke point. The current state of affairs, with heightened tensions, significantly impacts shipping and global trade, driving up costs and creating uncertainty. A peaceful resolution would have immediate, positive implications for regional stability.
That's a crucial point. The most immediate and perhaps most significant economic benefit of reduced geopolitical risk in the Strait of Hormuz would be a tangible impact on global oil prices. When the risk of supply disruption is high, oil prices tend to climb due to market speculation and the fear of scarcity. Lowering that risk would likely lead to more stable and potentially lower prices at the pump for consumers, and reduced operational costs for businesses worldwide.
Exactly. And it's not just about the price, it's about the stability of the supply itself. The Persian Gulf is a critical hub for oil and gas exports. Ensuring a secure and uninterrupted flow from this region would provide immense relief to energy-dependent industries, from transportation and manufacturing to agriculture. We're talking about trillions of dollars in global trade that rely on this energy security. The potential savings for importing nations and consumers could be substantial, freeing up capital for other investments or essential spending.
It's a virtuous cycle, isn't it? Lower energy costs mean lower production costs across the board. This could translate into more competitive pricing for goods, stimulating demand and further economic activity. For energy-intensive sectors, this stability is not just beneficial, it's foundational for long-term planning and investment. Imagine the difference that predictable energy costs could make to a manufacturer deciding where to build a new factory or expand operations.
Beyond energy, a more secure strait would undoubtedly encourage increased shipping and trade volumes overall. Think about the vast array of goods that pass through this waterway. A reduction in transit risk and insurance premiums would make shipping more attractive, potentially leading to a surge in both imports and exports for countries bordering the Persian Gulf and beyond.
And this increased trade activity would almost certainly stimulate foreign direct investment. Investors are inherently risk-averse, especially when it comes to volatile regions. A stabilized Strait of Hormuz would signal a more predictable operating environment, making countries like Iran and its neighbors more appealing destinations for foreign capital. This could be a game changer for infrastructure development, port modernization, and the expansion of industries beyond oil and gas.
You're right, Sarah. We could see the revival of ancient trade routes, enhanced by modern logistics. This would foster regional economic integration, creating a more robust and interconnected marketplace. Furthermore, non-energy sectors could experience a significant boost. Tourism, for example, often suffers in regions perceived as unstable. With greater peace and security, these areas could become more attractive to international visitors. Similarly, Manufacturing and other export-oriented industries would benefit from improved access to global markets.
For Iran specifically, the potential economic uplift from a de-escalation at the Strait of Hormuz could be profound. A more stable regional environment would almost certainly pave the way for significant sanctions relief. This would unlock access to international financial systems, allow for the repatriation of frozen assets, and dramatically reduce the cost of international trade and investment for Iranian businesses.
And with sanctions relief, we'd likely see a surge in foreign direct investment, as you mentioned earlier. This influx of capital could fuel domestic economic growth, enabling Iran to modernize its infrastructure, invest in key industries, and create much-needed jobs. Imagine the opportunities for rebuilding and expanding sectors that have been hampered by years of isolation and underinvestment. The long-term benefits of economic integration into the global economy are immense.
It's not just about oil either. Iran has a rich cultural heritage and diverse natural landscapes. Improved regional stability and a stronger economy could revitalize tourism, bringing in foreign currency and fostering cultural exchange. Furthermore, increased trade would benefit Iran's non-oil sectors, such as agriculture, manufacturing, and petrochemicals, diversifying its economy and making it more resilient to global commodity price fluctuations.
This vision of an open strait and subsequent prosperity is certainly appealing. But we have to acknowledge the significant challenges and obstacles in the way. Achieving lasting peace and security in this region is incredibly complex, with deep-seated historical grievances, competing regional powers, and vested interests that benefit from the status quo of tension.
Absolutely. The political hurdles are substantial. Any move towards de-escalation would require immense diplomatic effort, trust building, and a willingness from all parties to compromise. There's also the risk of unintended consequences. For example, a sudden shift in geopolitical alignments could create new power vacuums or new areas of friction. It's a delicate balancing act.
And even if a breakthrough were achieved, we're likely talking about a long time horizon for these economic benefits to fully materialize. Rebuilding trust, attracting significant investment, and transforming economies don't happen overnight. It requires sustained commitment and a stable environment over years, if not decades. The path to this ideal scenario is fraught with difficulty.
Despite the challenges, the potential economic advantages of a stable and open Strait of Hormuz are undeniable. We've discussed reduced oil prices, supply stability, increased trade and investment, and significant benefits for Iran and the wider region. It paints a compelling picture of what could be.
It truly does, and it underscores a fundamental truth. Regional stability is inextricably linked to global economic prosperity. The Strait of Hormuz, as a critical nexus of trade and energy, exemplifies this interconnectedness. Imagining its opening, not just militarily, but economically and diplomatically, offers a powerful vision for a more peaceful and prosperous future for all.
So, what steps can be taken to move towards this vision? It requires sustained diplomatic engagement, a commitment to de-escalation, and fostering dialogue between regional actors and international powers. It's a long road, but the potential rewards are immense.
Indeed. Thank you for joining me today, Sarah, to explore this vital topic. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in to Deep Dive. We'll continue to explore the forces shaping our world right here.